institutions, including 3 TVETs, 1 library, 3 primary schools and 34 secondary schools. Through ARIS, we have extended our support to 284 teachers and 7,150 students. As I said, it is equipped with Kenyan-relevant curriculum education content and also videos and laboratory simulations. We are incredibly proud of this tool. We are also proud of the indirect employment opportunities we create for the community. Every month, approximately 150 community members benefit from temporary employment, contributing to the local economic development and stability. So, we're in a tourist establishment here. We have the CEO of the Serena here. Thank you for hosting us, sir. Tourism is central to Pejeta's self-sustaining conservation model, with funds reinvested into our conservation and community projects. We are proud to be a destination for both local and international visitors, with 60% of our guests coming from within Kenya. Last year, we welcomed 117,000 visitors who came to experience our unique wildlife conservation programs and the beauty of Laikipia. 25 of those were school children who come, of course, not only from Laikipia, but from all over the country. Nothing makes me prouder than when I bump into someone who tells me that he or she visited Old Pejeta as a school child. Our impact extends beyond our own team, as we provide opportunities for tourism partners who operate facilities within the Conservancy, allowing them to employ an additional 300 Kenyans, in addition to the 700 employees we employ, in roles that support hospitality, tourism and wildlife experiences. Old Pejeta's dedication to sustainable agriculture has positioned us as a leader in livestock genetics and agriculture innovation. We are home to the world's largest pure Boran herd, a breed renowned for its adaptability and productivity. Our partnerships with the Directorate of Veterinary Services, the Kenya Animal Genetics Resources Centre and Kenya Agricultural Livestock Research Organisation enable us to advance Boran genetics and expand market opportunities. In addition to exports to Southern Africa, we are exploring new markets in South America, a milestone that will further elevate Kenya's position in the global agriculture ecosystem. The Old Pejeta conservation model integrates tourism with agriculture, contributing significantly to Kenya's economy. In the past 2 years alone, we have remitted over 354 million shillings in taxes, underscoring our role as a major economic contributor. Our model demonstrates the viability of conservation as a driver of economic growth, and it reflects the resilience of our partnerships with government and stakeholders. We are proud to be responsible corporate citizens, and we feel that we are relevant and have a significant role to play towards the development of our great nation. Your Excellency, I mentioned indirect employment earlier. Turning to direct employment of Old Pejeta, we are a major employer. We directly support over 7 among our special award-winning profession commitment to Kenya. High value strengthens, but also and leadership. At the CEO for a production for example, Your Excellency, in collaboration with services, successfully changed the contagious bovine neuronumerals for livestock practices. And we are grateful for the invaluable support of the State Department of Wildlife and the Directorate of Veterinary Services. Please give them a huge round of applause. We couldn't do it without them. They are great people, they are highly skilled, and we value our partnerships with them very, very much. Your Excellency, of what we see as success, we look to the future and determination. Our commitment to community empowerment, remaining relevant to modern-day Kenya and sustainable development remains steadfast. We know that the challenges of climate change and biodiversity are immense, but we are equally resolute in to protect his national of Laikipia. In closing, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude, Your Excellency, our partners, the community, and our dedicated staff, and you personally and especially for taking time schedule to be with us today to us. I was in Juba earlier this week and I know you were there. You have a busy time, sir, and we are really grateful that you're here. Your support and trust have made our achievements possible, and your belief in our mission continues to inspire us. Together we will continue building a legacy of conservation, community empowerment and responsible stewardship. God bless Kenya, and may all Pejeta continue to be at the forefront of community conservation initiatives for many more years to come. Thank you very much indeed. Now, it's my pleasure just to show to you a video of our past 20 years.
Why don't we put our hands together for 20 years of great conservation. Congratulations to the All Pejeta team. Your Excellency, it's now my pleasure to invite the Governor of Laikipia County, Honorable Joshua Irungu, to make a few remarks. He'll also recognize the leaders that we have present, and after that, to kindly invite the Cabinet Secretary for Wildlife and Tourism. Karibu sana, Governor. Karibu.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Dr. William Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, our Cabinet Secretary, and the PSs, our Senator, our members of the National Assembly, and all other members and distinguished guests, and wananchi wetu watukufu. God is good, and all the time. I want to take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to really, on behalf of the great people of Laikipia, to welcome you to this great county, Laikipia. Na tunakushukuru sana kwa sababu hatuwezi kuhesabu ni mara ngapi umeweza kuja hapa katika Laikipia, na hawa wananchi wanakutabua kwa sababu sasa sasa hii ni mara yako kwa huu mwaka, mara 3 ya 4 kukuja kushagia na kuleta maendeleo katika Laikipia, na kwa hivyo tunakushukuru sana sana. Na ukinipatia ruhusa, ningetaka kuchukua hii nafasi kwanza kutambulisha wale viongozi tuko na wao, na najua kwamba niko na members of the county assembly, mahali wapo waweze kusimama. Members of the county assembly wetu mahali wapo, John hapa mbele ndio rais aweze kumtambua. John tafadhali hapo mbele tu. Ni kwa sababu hawa rais hawa ndio wanakushikilia kule mashinani, na hawa ndio wanaleta maendeleo, so it's important to just recognize them. And I want to start from here. This is Mheshimiwa Salim. Mheshimiwa Salim is a member of the County Assembly, Segera Ward, where we are today. Mheshimiwa Kagodu is a member of the County Assembly, the Githo Ward, where is also the neighbor to Pejeta. Mheshimiwa Mugwero is our MCA kule Umande, and I know there will be an issue one of the days because of Daiga Conservancy and other conservancies there where we have human wildlife conflict. We have Mheshimiwa Gathoni is our nominated MCA katika county yetu. Tuko na Lekopien Sami ni mheshimiwa wetu kutoka kule Social Ward. Asante. Mheshimiwa Leila is our nominated MCA. Mheshimiwa Mwaniki Nicholas is our MCA Tigithi Ward, which is also benefiting so much from all Pejeta. Mheshimiwa Shoel is a member of the County Assembly, Mukogodo East. And then we have Mheshimiwa Nicholas Leimpaira from Mukogodo West. tuko na Mheshimiwa Eunice, our nominated MCA under the UDA party. And then lastly, we have Mheshimiwa Kanialu, the newly nominated MCA katika Laikipia. So those are our members of the county assembly. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Allow me now to welcome our members of the National Assembly, wale tuko nao viongozi wa katika Laikipia, tukiwa na mheshimiwa wa hii eneo yetu, Mheshimiwa Mwangi Kiujuri. Mheshimiwa Mwangi Kiujuri, karibu dakika moja tafadhali. You say hi and welcome the president in Laikipia East, as well as tuko na hawa heshimiwa dakika moja moja. Nimemwombea dakika moja moja kutoka kwa rais, dakika moja moja tafadhali.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Minister Wildlife, PS is present, the management of Al-Bajeta, fellow members of Parliament. I've been given the honor that does not belong to me, because the area member of Parliament happens to be Sarah Kolele. But she's my sister. I can always step in on her behalf. I'll just take 2 minutes, Your Excellency, that we have been neighbors with the Pejeta Conservancy, time immemorial. We have grown up together with them. We are co-joined. We have had our relationships, sweet and sour. We had our ups and downs. But above all is that we have collaborated with them, and we have seen Laikipia move forward. A number of milestones. And today, as I stand here, I'm happy to celebrate 20 years of great work that they have done. Issues are there, here and there. We have always been discussing, and we hope that that collaboration will remain, and that we shall enhance that relationship. For me, is to thank you, Your Excellency. You have issued several directives that have really helped the people of Laikipia. For example, you are insisting on aiding human conflict, which is the major issue that really brings a lot of conflict between us and the ranchers and the conservancies. I welcome you, Your Excellency. Enjoy your time in Laikipia. We shall have enough time to come and discuss with you if there are other issues that are of benefit. Your Excellency, the last few months have been challenging to us, and we have seen us step forward, calling for unity in this country, because we are a diverse community. As you stand here, Your Excellency, you'll be able to face these people. I can assure you, as we sit here, we are more than 30 communities. If you ask them where you come from, where you belong, what is your name, these are Kenyans. And it's only in Laikipia that we have all communities across the country living here. Your Excellency, we cannot afford to be discriminated, to discriminate ourselves, to set ourselves against other communities, because that is where we belong. For us, we know that we live in Kenya. When I live in Laikipia, I don't feel as if I'm a Kikuyu, because my neighbor is a Maasai, the other one is a Bolana, the other one ni Musungu, and therefore for us we don't know tribalism, and that is why we stepped forward when we were required to do so and come out and condemn tribalism, and we called for diversity, cohesion in this country. We shall keep on supporting Your Excellency. We are moving forward, and we support you. Your Excellency, you are free to visit all these areas. There are some of us who cow a bit telling you, Mheshimiwa, nikubaya kidogo, hakuna kitu kibaya, Your Excellency. Welcome to Laikipia. Welcome to the whole, to the region. And this country belongs to all of us. Thank you, Your Excellency. May I take the opportunity to apologize to Sarah Korele and ask you now to call the area member of Parliament to welcome us. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Now, because of time, I wish now the member of National Assembly kutoka Laikipia North, Sala, karibu tafadhali. And then the senator na women rep tukuwe tayari tukaribishe rais wetu. Karibu.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Kenya, our dear CS and PSs present, the Board of Pejeta, led by the Chairman, all protocol observed, mabibi na mabwana, hamjambo. Moriega, enta super. Ejogothi. Asanteni sana. Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi nashukua nafasi hii kwa njia ya kipekee kukushukuru kwa kubali mwaliko kuwa nasi hapa siku ya leo. Najua uko na kazi nyingi, lakini umeweza kupata hiyo nafasi. Tunakushukuru sana. Nashukua pia nafasi hii kusherekea na kufurahia pamoja na wale waanzilishi ambaye walianzisha hifadhi hii ya wanyama miaka 20 iliyopita. Na ukweli ni kwamba Mheshimiwa Rais alivyosema Chairman, hii si hifadhi ya wanyama peke yake, manake pia tumehifadhi dignity ya wale majirani wetu. Na tunashukuru. Najua wanajaribu kufanya lolote wawezayo, but there is still room to do even better than we are doing now. Your Excellency, I was a bit worried when Kionjore came here because he's always jealous about this being Laikipia North, and you are not about to let it go. But you can always visit us anytime, and this, my brother, is welcome. Your Excellency, some of the things you are experiencing here, and especially with our conservancies, we want to thank you and your administration for making sure that we have security. In the last 2 years, we've had normalcy creeping in some of our conservancies. Initially, security was a very big problem. And of course, for Pejeta, you guys, you've been very lucky because you've not gone through baptism by fire like other conservancies. But Your Excellency, it's good to let you know that even the NPR who are in this conservancy has been equipped by your government. Now they don't have or take care of our rhinos with the rungus. I think they have guns provided by the government of Kenya. And we are very happy, we are grateful. Your Excellency, tukikuona hapa leo, kama watu wa Laikipia North, hatuwezi kosa 2 ama 3 ya kukueleza. Chairman alikuambia kuna land tumenunua hapa Ngaringiro ya kujenga shule ya upili. Katika hiyo land, Your Excellency, kuna catchment area kubwa sana. Na kuna hiyo mto ya Ngaringiro. So tukijenga shule pale, kizungumkuti itakuwa wale watoto wako ngambo hiyo, kuvuka hiyo mto kuja shuleni, itakuwa kizungumkuti manake hamna daraja. So kwa heshima kubwa sana, ningeomba tukue na daraja ambaye itaunganisha Endana na Ngaringiro. Pale pia Segera Mission wamejenga hospitali nzuri sana ambaye labda kwa hii region yetu ya Laikipia hakuna. Lakini bado itakuwa ni challenge kubwa wale jamaa kutoka upande wa Endana, Ereri, kuvuka kwenda kupata matibabu pale. Kwa hivyo hiyo daraja itatufanyia maneno mengi mazuri sana. Mheshimiwa Rais, Laikipia Kaskazini kuna maneno ya hifadhi mingi tu inaendelea. Hawa wangwana pamoja na Lewa walianza conservation. Lakini sasa wameambukiza Laikipia North mzima. Community land wameanza conservation. Kuna community lodges. Tunataka kufanya biashara ingine kando na ile ya mifugo ambaye tumezoea. Lakini Mheshimiwa Rais, kuna tu changamoto moja kubwa sana, haswa ya kuunganisha wale watalii wanatoka Nanyuki kwenda upande wa kaskazini, na ni ile barabara ya Nanyuki kwenda Doldol, na pia hii ya Rumuruti kuja Nanyuki. Mheshimiwa Rais, nafikiri sisi tunakuelewa na tunajua wewe ni mchapakazi, na sisi tutachapa kazi pamoja na wewe. Na vile Mheshimiwa Mwangi Kiunjuri alisema, Laikipia hatuna wakati wa kukuza ukabila na utengano kwa watu wa Kenya. Sisi tunataka kufanya utangamano, tunataka kuuziana wasichana. Siku hizi hata tuuziani, wengine wanachukua wanabadilisha wasichana na wasichana. Kwa hivyo wale ambaye wanataka kutuhubiria siasa ya ukabila, ndio sisi tulikataa na tukatokea mchana peupe kusema Kenya ukabila hatutakubali. Mheshimiwa Rais will walk with you, will pray for you, and you know, despite the naysayers, you are the captain of this ship and Kenya is headed towards the right direction. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Asante. Now it's my time to welcome our women-led representative, Mheshimiwa Jane Kagiri. Dakika moja. Karibu.
Your Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, our daughter, the Cabinet Secretary, Rebecca Miano, our daughter, the PS, Sylvia Museya, all PSs present, and our son, PS Mariro, all PSs present, our Senator John Kenyua, our MCAs, Mheshimiwa Sarah, Mheshimiwa Kunjuri, PS Alex, our neighbor, na wageni wote walio hapa. God is good, and all the time. Your Excellency the President, welcome to Laikipia. Your Excellency the President, when I was elected, my theme became, it's Laikipia's time. And truly it is Laikipia's time. The team that sang here kept saying, Aye, Mama. And I realized, because I could not understand everything, they were trying to tell me, when you get here, translate to the President. So they would say, if you want the best weather, it's Laikipia. If you want the best conservancies, it's Laikipia. If you want the best people, it's Laikipia County. So, Your Excellency the President, as we are planning to hit 5 million tourists per year in Kenya, this is a place to start. When I do my research, it says the shortest place you can spot the big five. And please check, world record is in Laikipia County. And guess where? At Pejeta Conservancy. So, Your Excellency the President, as you travel, please remind people, if you want to spot the big five in a day, just come to Laikipia County. So welcome to that. Your Excellency the President, I'm also grateful about this day, because in the class I was in as we were taken through the tour, I kept asking a lot of questions. And my classmates, I want to confirm to you, I was listening. So the first thing we were told is that the white rhino has a wide mouth. So I remember W for wide mouth, and is white for W. Sindio. So I believe some of you have also taught you how you'll be able to differentiate the rhinos. The other thing we were told, the black rhino has a pointed mouth. So letter B looks pointed. You will remember the black rhino looks that way. Then we were told the southern rhino has a short tail, shorter than the northern rhino. Your Excellency the President, I hope in the next lesson the teacher will tell us how we will be able to compare if we find a rhino alone. How will you determine if the tail is short or it is long? But I hope they'll teach us in the next class. Your Excellency the President, I would also want to take this opportunity to thank all Pejeta for the good work that they've been doing in Laikipia County, and as we all believe, better can still be made best. We thank you for the bursaries you give our students. We thank you for the classes that you've been building. We thank you for the water conservation measures that you've been taking. But for me as Mama County, I would also want to invite you to partner with me in empowering our groups. Like now I have the Maasai women, the Samburu women, the Pokot women who do a lot of Ushanga. I have looked around and have seen you have a lot of land. My humble request will be, please allow me to support them to set up a shop, either at the entrance of your gate or somewhere within the compound, where our tourists can be able to empower our women economically for them to be able to grow. Similarly, I'll also be inviting you where we can assist each other on water conservation in our schools, where we can support our schools with water tanks and other things that would enable us as a county to keep growing. Finally, Your Excellency the President, I had all Pejeta suggest how they can connect all the conservancies. I would want to support my sister Honorable Sarah. As we are connecting the conservancies, kindly assist us to connect the county. And the easiest way to connect our county is through the Nanyuki-Rumuruti Road. And I know that is going to happen within our time, because it is certainly Laikipia's time. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Asanteni sana.
Your Excellency, allow me before I invite our Senator, we have the woman representative from Trans Nzoia. And because there's only one, please allow her just a minute now that she is our guest. Karibu sana, dakika moja.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency the Governor, Your Excellency the President, the Minister, the PS, and all protocol observed. Good afternoon. My name is Lillian. I'm the woman representative Trans Nzoia, and I'm happy to be here today. And just a message for the day, Your Excellency. We have always been saying that there are three components that are very important in the world, not even in the country. That is health, education, and housing. And I'm proud to be here today and say the only thing that, Your Excellency, you can leave for us, the legacy that we are going to have, is to make sure that the three is well articulated. And if we can be able to, have affordable health, if we can be able to have affordable housing, and if we can be able to have education, I am so sure that our Excellency is going to leave the legacy in this country. And I know at times my parents used to tell me, when you see people clapping for you, just know that there is nothing you're doing. But when you see people making noise and complaining so much about you, there is something significant that you are doing. And I want to tell you today and assure you, Your Excellency, that you are on the right track. Anytime that you put measures that people complain, as long as you know that you are doing the right thing, and as long as that you know you are taking care of what you promised the people, which was the three things, I am assuring the people of Laikipia today that come 3 months to come, we shall be proud to say that Chief is working so well. For now, we might complain. Anytime a woman gets pregnant, atalalamika, kwa sababu kuna ile differences yenye mtu anasikia kwa mwili, but when the baby will be born, people will be happy. So let us impress what our president is putting across, and I know we are going to have the legacy and will be happy of the government that we have today. Thank you so much.
Allow me now to welcome Senator wetu John Kinyua, naye aseme jambo moja mbili. Karibu Senator wetu.
Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto, na hii nikizingatia itifaki zote zilizowekwa, nataka kuchukua fursa hii Rais kukushukuru kwa wewe kupata fursa katika wakati wako mgumu kuja hapa kwetu Laikipia. Na umekuja hapa Laikipia mara si moja. Umekuja na siku ya leo umekuja. Lakini kile kimenifurahisha, Your Excellency, tulipokuwa tukiambiwa maneno hapa na yule mungwana CEO, nilijua tulibaki sisi na wewe kwa sababu sisi na wewe ndio tumesomea haya mambo. Aliposema meiosis na mitosis, akasema mitochondrial, Jane Kagiri akaniuliza ati anasema nini? Nikamwambia anamaanisha the division of cells. Nikamwambia His Excellency hiyo maneno anaijua zaidi kwa sababu yeye mwenyewe ameweza kusomea hiyo maneno. Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya alipoambiwa sasa ni wakati wa kupanda mti, niliona kwa werendi wake alisema he used a botanical name of that tree. Nikajua bas tuko na rais ambaye atashughulikia maslahi yetu hapa na mambo ya wanyama wetu. Na hiyo isitoshe, wakati aliambiwa kuhusu hawa wanyama wetu ambao wako karibu kupotea vifaru, he talked about something called embryo transfer. Hiyo ni kizungu mingi na sayansi nyingi. Your Excellency, mimi nilibaki nikajua sasa hii conservancy yetu iko kwa mikono inayofaa, wewe ukiwa unaongoza. Your Excellency, iko jambo ambalo nataka kukushukuru na nataka kuungana na yale ambayo uliombwa. Iko sehemu ya ADC farm. ADC farm iweze kuchukuliwa na hawa wangwana wa Pejeta kwa sababu tumeona kazi ambayo wanaifanya. Hiyo ADC farm, wanyama wengi, ndovu pamoja na wanyama wanatoka vifaru, wanatoka hiyo sehemu wanaenda kufahamia watu wa Salama, watu wa Dhome, watu wa Mutara, watu wa Kaishahiri. Upande huo watu wanaenda kuvamiwa, bwana Your Excellency. Kwa hivyo sisi ambacho tunakuomba ni hawa ndugu zetu wa Pejeta wakichukua hiyo na kutumia KWS waweze kuangalia hiyo sehemu, bwana Nimezoea kusema Bwana Spika, kwa hivyo naomba msamaha. Your Excellency, Your Excellency, mimi nina imani kwa sababu umekuja hapa, ulikuja ukaanzisha compensation wale ambao wamekuliwa na wanyama wa porini. Ukakuja pale Rumruti ukaanzisha, kwa sababu hiyo ndio mpango yako, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, hapa Laikipia tena umekuja ukaanzisha ua mahali kunaitwa Marmanet, Your Excellency. Ukaanzisha ua mahali panaitwa Kafage. Tunakushukuru na kuna kila sababu ya kukushukuru, Your Excellency. I want to take this opportunity kushukuru watu wa Pejeta. Wakati mnasherehekea haya maneno, tunawashukuru kwa shule ambazo mnaendelea kututengenezea. Tunawashukuru tena kwa mabawa ambayo mnachimba. Mimi nataka kuwashukuru kwa njia pekee kwa mambo ya usalama, na hasa kiongozi wa usalama hapa ambaye anaitwa Kaparo. Your Excellency, sisi tukiibiwa mifugo, yule Kaparo huwa anatutetea umbwa wa kufuata wale wanyama, na hawa wamekuwa wakitusaidia sehemu ya Dhome nilivyosema, sehemu ya Segera, wanafanya kazi hiyo nzuri na tuna kila sababu ya kuwashukuru. Kwa hivyo tumekuja hapa kusema asanti, lakini tuambie ya kwamba hata dhahabu nzuri hunapitishiwa katika moto. Kuna ndugu zetu hapa Matanya kidogo wanapiga kelele kwa mambo ya tumbiri. Tusaidieni jamani. Na tukisaidia tutaendelea kushukuru vile ambavyo tunashukuru. Watu wa sehemu ya Keishakehiri kidogo ndovu zinawasumbua, lakini hao ndovu najua wanatoka area ya ADC farm. Kwa hivyo mimi ninaungana na wenzangu kusema, Your Excellency, hii shamba ya ADC sehemu ichukuliwe iweze kuongozwa na watu wa KWS. Your Excellency, unajua sengine maneno inafanywa. Na Your Excellency, watu wanafanya maneno mengi na sengine hata pengine unatereza. Your Excellency, kutereza si kuanguka. Kutereza si kuanguka. Kwa sababu watu wanatereza na pengine unakosea njia. Lakini yote tisa, na kwa hayo mengi au machache, nataka kusema Mungu wa Isaka, Mungu wa Ibrahimu, Mungu wa Yakobo awabariki sana hapo, bariki asinsawata. Na mimi John Kenyo, asanteni sana.
Asante, Your Excellency, those are the leaders of Laikipia. Na hapa tunafanya kazi sana pamoja na the GAO, the national government, and the whole team of the county commissioner wako hapa. Na kwa sababu si jukumu yangu kuwatambulisha, ningewatambulisha kwa sababu we work together with them. But they are all here, and that's why we have progressed Laikipia, na ndio unaona Laikipia kuna amani. Na mimi ningetaka kuchukua dakika moja tu rais kukurudishia shukrani. If there is a time that Laikipia have felt that they are in the government and they can celebrate and enjoy independence, it is the time during your time. Because this is a time that tumekuona mara nyingi ukitembea. Wakati wa mwingine sisi watu wa Laikipia tulikuwa tunaona presidency ni kutembelea huko mbele, tunaona presidency ni Nairobi, lakini siku hizi tunaona ule mapato tumepata na faida kubwa kwa uongozi wako, na kwa hivyo tunakushukuru sana. Particularly wakati tunaona Laikipia is well known on conservation. Tumekuona, and particularly when you gave and appointed our own lady, our own girl from Laikipia, Museia, which has played a great role. Wakipatana pamoja na mheshimiwa waziri wetu Rebecca, which come from neighbor, but also is part of our soil of Laikipia. Na ndio tunaona ya kwamba mambo ya tourism and conservation is going on well. It is our prayer that we continue profiling Laikipia in terms of being tourist destination and conservation. And this is why we'd want to partner together with Pejeta. And you can give that consent that ADC Mutara to be managed by the Pejeta and become a conservancy. We'll be able to open up that corridor from here, from Aberdare all the way to Saburu when we join with the Loisamba and Kirimon. And I know you are putting all the effort to ensure that that transfers and that corridor is open to reduce the human wildlife corridor. We do appreciate that on 8th January, you came and pronounced this year that all conservancies, when we raised the issue of human-wildlife conflict, ile inashagia mambo ya jangwa na jaa katika Laikipia County and a lot of conflict, you directed that all conservancies can need to put fences, solar fences within their conservancies. All Pejeta is one of that have demonstrated on how conservancies can live together, coexist together with the community. We have communities surrounding all Pejeta have benefited. And as a government, we can testify that because we have partnered in a number of things in terms of education, scholarship, which we join hard and we give students for coming from this region. In terms of infrastructure, in terms of agriculture, in terms of extension services, we have really partnered with them. And this is what we would wish even the other conservancies to do. Now our humble request is other conservancies like Daiga and other regions. And it's not the problem of Daiga, but it's other people that are within the region, neighboring that areas that are becoming barriers to do the wildlife, the fences. And therefore, it is our humble request that we continue joining hand, and we want to commit and assure you that we are continue supporting you. Kama vile umesikia kutoka kwa viongozi wetu, tunasimama pamoja na wewe. This is a county that are all the groups, all communities are here, and therefore we cannot bear at any one time to divide our communities within the tribal lines. And therefore we want to assure you we coexist very well in this county, na tunakuassure ya kwamba tutaendelea na kukusupport all the time and your agenda. And particularly when we come to SHA, this is one of the other thing that we are going out there, outreach, and trying to help our people and trying to help them to understand that SHA is even much more better than NHIF, the way it was before. And that is one of the jobs that we are doing together with the county commissioner and his team. And again, we also know that very soon it will be coming because of the other affordable house in Nyahururu and other in Umuruti, because the one of Nanyuki is going on very well and it's progressing well. So we want really to appreciate you, and we want to welcome you and be advocate for Laikipia as a tourist destination, because as you have heard from our leaders, this is the only where you can have a more prolonged life. Here is where you can be able to achieve to 85 years of age in Laikipia when you come here. Kwa hivyo tunataka kushukuru na tunasema asante, Mwenyezi Mungu akuendelee na kukubariki, and may God's grace and favor be upon you as you continue serving this country. Na sasa ni my pressure and my humble moment to welcome our CS Rebecca Miano so that she can give her speak and then invite you. Karibu Mheshimiwa Rebecca Miano. Asante sana, thank you.
Your Excellency, the President, leo ni siku yako, lakini kwa ruhusa ningeomba nimwalike Mheshimiwa Raso kutoka Saku asiwe amesahaulika.
Your Excellency, the President, the Board of Management of Pejeta, all leaders present. Your Excellency, Laikipia is part of the pastoralist group because of this constituency. And sitting there as the patron, if the minister did not invite me, I was going to rethink if Laikipia will continue to be part of the pastoralists. But now I have withdrawn that. Your Excellency, I just want to say just about three things. One, coming to Pejeta, what we learn is about land management. If you have whatever size of land and you manage it very well, that conservation, agriculture, and rearing livestock will be able to move together seamlessly. Yesterday we were celebrating with the Ma group in Samburu that culture and conservation can seamlessly go together if we as a country can plan about that. Thirdly, and more importantly, what you have shown us as the President of the Republic of Kenya, that Kenya is one unitary state, where the people of the North, who are just herders cattle and camel keepers, and the people of the Central and the Rift, who are basically doing tertiary of agriculture and producing food for the rest of this country, that if all of us work together, we can make Kenya a better state. Finally, I had the privilege to visit Uruguay with the CEO of Pejeta early this year in May. And we learned one thing, that cattle keeping, breeding, disease control, and also marketing, traceability, is one thing that has made Uruguay to stand out just with that one economy called cattle. With those few remarks, Your Excellency, we thank you for finding time to be in Samburu yesterday, today in Laikipia. And from here, I think you are heading somewhere. I think Kenyans must feel proud that they have a president who actually works harder than all of us. You are a man to be celebrated. With those few remarks, thank you very much.
Your Excellency, also allow me to introduce the principal secretaries who are here. I'll kindly ask you to stand. We have PS Sylvia Museya, State Department for Wildlife. We have John Ololtua, the PS for Tourism. Your Excellency, these two PSs have brought me to speed more than you can imagine. Yesterday was my 90 days in office since you gave me this job. I've become an expert in tourism and also conservation. We then have PS Patrick Mariro, PS Defense. Finally, we have PS Alex Washira, State Department for Energy. Also want to recognize officials from KWS. We also have the chairman of WRTI here with us, and any other government officials who are here today. Your Excellency, Your Excellency, zaidi ya 70% ya wanyama porini wanapatikana katika conservancies. Hiyo inamaanisha conservancies ndio wanafanya ile kazi mzito ama heavy lifting in our conservation efforts, na pia the success stories na efforts, they are all found in conservancies, whether privately owned or community run. And in that regard, in Kenya, we have over 200 conservancies. It is the intention of our ministry, through your guidance, to extend quality support to conservancies across Kenya, particularly because wildlife is a critical driver of our tourist numbers. To that end, I thank all Pejeta Conservancy for the good work they continue doing to offer safe passage and refuge to some of our rare and endangered animal species like we have seen today. Your Excellency, there is something I want to say in Kiswahili and in English. Kwa mara ya kwanza, Mheshimiwa Rais, serikali yako tangu independence imeweza kutia mipango kushirikiana na kusaidia conservancies, haswa zile za kijamii, na tumesaidia kupitia barabara, maji na hii inasaidia kuongeza idadi ya watalii na pia uchumi. So, Your Excellency, through your government, for the very first time since independence, you have supported, through my ministry, conservancies, especially community conservancies, with infrastructure, that is access roads and water, to boost private sector investment, promote tourism, and mitigate human-wildlife conflict. This year, we will put up tourism facilities for communities so that we can promote the same. It is also worth noting that at Pejeta, the 60% of visitors year in, year out are locals, thus confirming that this conservancy is in the forefront in promoting even domestic tourism. For that and many more accolades, I wish to say happy 20th birthday to all Pejeta and wish you many, many more successes. And it is now my singular honor, with a lot of respect, to ask all of you to stand. We welcome His Excellency with all Pejeta claps and LAIKIPIA claps till he arrives here. Thank you. God bless you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Waziri, tafadhali tunaweza keti chini. Waheshimiwa viongozi wote mliofika hapa, kuanzia gavana wetu, seneta, wabunge, MCS, mwenyekiti wa Pejeta Conservancy, Bwana Philip Colson na kamati yako, na board ya directors, wafanyikazi na wananchi wa hapa LAIKIPIA, hamjambo. LAIKIPIA, hamjambo. Asanteni sana. Kwanza mimi nataka nimshukuru Mungu ametupatia nafasi, tumefika hapa Pejeta katika sherehe hii ya muhimu ya miaka 20 ya kazi ambayo imefanyika hapa katika conservancy hii, kazi ambayo imetoa mchango mkubwa katika maendeleo ya sehemu hii, mambo ya kilimo, mambo ya utalii, mambo ya conservation, na yale ambayo yametendeka kati ya conservancy hii na jamii ya watu wa LAIKIPIA wanaoishi katika sehemu hii. And it is indeed a great celebration that today we are celebrating 20 years of Pejeta Conservancy. A conservancy that has stood out in the many aspects that they participate in. Today, this conservancy is home to the largest herd of rhinos in our country. We want to say to Pejeta Conservancy, congratulations. Today, Pejeta is home to the only 2 remaining northern white rhinos in the world. I am told one is called Nagin, another one is called Fatu. Those 2 rhinos are indeed a pride to our nation. And Pejeta, we want to congratulate you on behalf of all the people of Kenya for being the outstanding conservation that has chosen to be home to these 2 relics of what remains of the northern rhinos in the world. As I told you earlier, we're going to work with you, the government of Kenya is going to work with you to make sure that we don't lose the genetics of these 2 rhinos. We're going to work together to see to it that whatever is required of you and us and others to make sure that we preserve these species of rhinos, the government of Kenya will play its role. You have enumerated to us the many things that you are doing as a conservancy, the combination of conservation, agriculture, and tourism that has made this conservancy different from others is indeed something that we are proud of, and I am sure many more conservancies around Kenya are going to learn from you. As you have heard, 70% of all our wildlife are not in our game reserves or in our other facilities, as public facilities. They indeed are in conservancies. And that is the reason why we took a deliberate decision as government, responding to the reality that most of our wildlife are in conservancies. It is the reason why we decided to spend public money to improve infrastructure in conservancies, especially, as was said by Minister here, in community conservancies, because they deserve our support, because they hold the highest numbers of wildlife in Kenya. And therefore, if we are serious about conservation, if we mind about wildlife, we must improve facilities, whether it is water, roads, and other infrastructure that support wildlife in those areas. I want to commit to Olbejeta that what you're doing here, you have the government of Kenya's support. It is our policy position that land fragmentation is a threat to food security, is also a threat to wildlife. And it is the reason why, for example, we have a whole housing program in Kenya, because a lot of agricultural land is being threatened by construction of houses and doing all manner of things. It is the reason why, for example, in Laikipia, we now have land to construct 4,000 units. As was said by Governor here, we started the first block of housing in Nanyuki. We have finalized the procurement of block of housing, about 1,500 in Nyahururu. We have another 2,000 housing units in Rumuruti, because progressively we want to make sure that we avoid land fragmentation that is threatening land for our agriculture and also land for conservation. And therefore, you have our support as government in making sure that we use the land we have, whether it is for agriculture or for conservation, we use it sustainably. And that is why I agree also with you that the land we have under KWS, both in Eland Downs and also in the land we have in Mutara, I have already instructed the minister here to work with her colleagues so that we create an ecosystem for wildlife here that is not only going to assist us continue to do the great job that Olbejeta is doing, but now working with KWS and working with ADC, we can build a bigger ecosystem for wildlife, but also we can fence off some of these areas that are threatening local communities where there are increasing human-wildlife conflict. I was here the other day in Marmanet. We're trying to see how we can reduce that conflict by making sure that we fence off areas so that we avoid the human-wildlife conflict. Again, I'm very confident that when finally we agree with ADC and all the other facilities, we can then be able to protect our farmers, protect their crops, reduce human-wildlife conflict, and also get better returns on the conservation that is going on in this region. I know you have many aspects of this conservation going on, and I know you are doing a very good job. But I say there is always room for improvement. I think we need to collectively think about how we can do three major things that I would want to suggest very respectfully to Chairman here and your team. As you have heard, we have the best tourist product in Laikipia. And because we have the best tourist product in Laikipia, we must get premium and the best quality tourists into Laikipia. There are many backpackers, there are many people who roam around. They bring down our facilities, and we don't get much money from them. I think we should avoid those people. We should tell them to go to other places. There are many places they can go. But for premium destination like Laikipia, we want to get top dollar for it. And even as we go for that top dollar, we must also agree on benefit sharing. These communities, and I'm very happy that you are invested in education. And thank you very much. You said something very profound, Chairman Colson. You said you paid 300 million in taxes. That is very patriotic. Because you paid that money, I was able to hire 750 teachers for the children of Laikipia County last year. And I'm going to hire another 300 teachers in January for Laikipia County. And we are putting more money in university education and TVET education. Because again, education is the best tool that we can use to sharpen our human capital. I want to commend you for what you're doing in supporting education and to encourage you to do more for the children of the community around here. Investing in education has a very high multiplier effect on outcomes. So we should be able to work together in that space. Number two, you're doing a wonderful job on breeding and the breeding technology that you're working on. I want to ask you to work with our Ministry of Livestock. We are also looking at what to do with Kagri. We're trying to create partnership with the private sector to see how we can improve our breeding program so that we can get the best breeds, both for beef and also for milk or dairy. So again, I would want to encourage you to enhance the partnership so that the skills you have built, the competencies you have built, we can share them with more Kenyans, starting with the people around Laikipia County. The third aspect is vaccination. I am very happy that you are supporting our vaccination program, vaccinating the livestock of people around Laikipia. I announced yesterday that in January, we will have a national vaccination program targeting 22 million cows and almost 55 million goats and sheep nationally. I want to encourage you to work with us so that as we undertake that vaccination program, and I'm going to be asking the counties to work with us, so that we can eliminate disease and improve the quality of our beef and the quality of our milk. Because if we reduce the disease load, either in our beef or in our milk, we make it premium and we can get better pay for our products. I also said yesterday that we need to see how we can reduce the losses that we incur of our livestock and unfortunately even wildlife now because of climate change. How do we improve the facilities available? We have identified as government 450 feedlotting facilities around the country. And we want to work with you. I hope all Pejeta, for example, will provide an offtake plan. And I'm happy that you've said last year, or is it this year, you have bought 200 heads of livestock for offtake and for feedlotting. I want to encourage that we do more around feedlotting so that we assist the communities around in making sure that they get better prices for their livestock if we provide an offtake program. Again, we are discussing with the county governments on what we can do together on recovery of leather. We're losing close to 10 billion worth of leather every year. 40% of all our hides and skins go to waste. Again, we're working with the private sector. I'm very happy. You said Alfarama is already having a conversation with you. Alfarama is having a conversation with Samburu County. And we are trying to create a partnership between the private sector and the public sector and farmers so that we can save on losses that we are making on our hides and skin and be able to use it to drive our own clothing and shoe industry. That is our target as a country. So nimefurahi sana katika shughuli hiyo. Nataka nimwambie pia viongozi wetu wa hapa Laikipia tayari mapema mwaka ujao tunajua kuna wakulima wengi walipoteza mifugo yao kwa sababu ya kiangazi ilikuwa hapo mbeleni. Tumetoa pesa bilioni 1 kama serikali ili kufanya restocking. Familia 10,000 katika counties 16 ikiwemo county ya Laikipia. Sasa nyinyi mtajipanga, tunataka mu-identify zile families na mtashirikiana na wizara yetu ambayo inahusiana na mambo ya mifugo, the Department of Livestock, ndio tujue ni wakulima kina nani walipata hasara kubwa, ndio tuweze kuwasaidia katika program ya restocking, ndio waweze kujisimamia na waweze kupata mifugo ambayo wanaweza kujisaidia tukisonga mbele pamoja. Najua kuna mambo mengi viongozi hawa wamesema. Mambo ya housing tunaendelea nayo, mambo ya masoko nitarudi hapa kwa mambo yenu ya masoko, nitarudi hapa kwa mambo yenu ya housing. Tayari tumeanza kujenga soko kubwa pale Nanyuki. Tumemaliza kandarasi ya kujenga soko kubwa kule Rumuruti. Vile vile kule Nyahururu nitarudia kazi hiyo. Saa hizi huyu ndugu yangu Alex Washira ameniarifu ya kwamba kuna mpango ya mambo ya stima, watu 3,700 kabla ya February next year tutakuwa tumewaunganishia stima. Tumeweka shilingi milioni 350 kwa hiyo program, na tena tuko na phase 2. Hiyo phase 2 ya FDB inaanza lini Washira? Okay. On Monday mtamalizana. So kuanzia mapema mwaka ujao tunafanya rollout. Tunataka tena kuunganisha watu 3,700 mwaka ujao wa Laikipia County hii katika mambo ya stima. Na nishamwambia Alex vile tutashirikiana na nyinyi kama waheshimiwa wabunge, tusaidiane pamoja na nyinyi, ndio mtu advice, mtuambie ni kijiji fulani hawajapata stima, ni mahali fulani hawajapata stima, ndio tuweze kuendesha hiyo mambo tukishirikiana pamoja na nyinyi. Vile vile tumekubaliana mambo ya matibabu. Tulisema pale mbeleni, hatutaki mambo ya afya iwe ni starehe ya watu wanaojiweza. Tunataka mambo ya afya iwe ni haki ya kila Mkenya. Kwa mara ya kwanza, kila Mkenya atakuwa na bima ya afya. Aidha utajilipia mwenyewe kama uko na uwezo, na kama huna uwezo, serikali ya Kenya itakulipia bima hiyo. Hatutaki tena mwananchi aende hospitalini alafu aambiwe ati wewe huna uwezo, uko na ugonjwa wa kansa ama saratani ama hypertension ama diabetes, unaambiwa wewe enda nyumbani ungojee kifo kwa sababu huna uwezo. We want to stop that. That is inhuman. Tumesema ya kwamba tukienda mbele katika Taifa Care ambayo tumepangia vizuri, tuko na sheria ya kutosha, tuko na mpango ya kutosha, na tutabadilisha Kenya hii kwa mapenzi ya Mungu mpaka kila mtu aende hospitali atibiwe, aende nyumbani bila ya kuulizwa pesa yoyote. That is our commitment and that is our plan and we will deliver on it. Tumekubaliana vile vile kwa mambo ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba wakati tunasonga mbele hivyo, tunataka watoto wetu wote wapate nafasi ya kusoma. Na nimefurahi hawa wangwana wa Pejeta wanatusaidia. Vile nimetangaza hapa, tumeweka mpango kamili tumeajiri walimu, na mimi nataka nishukuru pia hapa LAIKIPIA. Governor ame-identify community health promoters 1,000, nafikiri 100 na kitu, na tunashirikiana. Yeye anawalipa pesa kiasi nusu, mimi nalipa ingine nusu, na tunashirikiana kwa sababu tumesema mambo ya kila kijiji lazima tuwe na muuguzi pale, na watusaidie pia katika registration ya Wakenya, ndio tujue kila Mkenya mahali anaishi, ndio tuweze kupanga mambo yetu ya matibabu. We can change the destiny of our nation by working together. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niwashukuru sana watu wa LAIKIPIA kwa kutupokea hapa katika conservancy hii ya Pejeta. Tutashirikiana na watu wa KWS, tutasukuma watu ya ADC, ndio tupange mambo ya conservancy ya sehemu hii, tupunguze human wildlife conflict, na vile vile tuweke mambo ya conservancy mahali pazuri, mahali ambayo itafaidi hawa wananchi wote. And therefore, I want to congratulate Pejeta, the board of management, the directors, for your partnership, for your cooperation, as we look at how we can do more with conservancy in the Republic of Kenya, and how we can better use all our resources, agricultural, in matters conservancy. And as we look into the future, I remember I told you, Bwana Chairman, that last week, we changed the regulations on carbon markets and carbon credits. This LAIKIPIA is a big place for matters carbon markets and carbon credit. Now we have new legislation that is going to provide predictability, that is going to assist those involved in this space, and that is also going to assist local communities. Wale wananchi wa sehemu hii na wananchi ambao ni wenyeji, sasa kwa ile mapato ya carbon credit, sheria mpya ambayo tumeweka inasema 40% ya mapato ya carbon credit iende kwa wananchi wa sehemu ile. So tutashirikiana hivyo. Mtakuja kuelezwa, najua kuna watu wanashangaa hii carbon credit iko ni maneno gani. Kuna pesa inapatikana dunia hii, pesa mingi kwa hii mambo nyasi yenu hii. Kuna watu wanafanyia biashara hii nyasi yetu na miti yetu, na watu hawajui. Na kuna watu wako na maofisi kubwa kubwa. Sasa tumepatana na wao, tumewambia hii pesa hamwezi kula peke yenu all the time, hii pesa lazima tugawane. Ama namna gani? Nyinyi mmesikia hiyo mambo ya carbon credit? Mmesikia carbon market? Iko pesa mingi, watu wengine wako na Kiingereza mingi wanakula pesa yetu. Sasa tumeweka sheria ya kukamatana na hawa. So tutashirikiana hivyo, na asanteni sana kwa kutukaribisha na kutupokea hapa LAIKIPIA. Tumekamilisha sehemu hii, na mimi nataka niwaulize viongozi wote tushirikiane, tufanye kazi pamoja ndio tuweze kutimiza hatma yetu kama taifa, na pia tutekeleze yale mipango ambayo yatabadilisha taifa letu la Kenya. Asanteni sana. Thank you again for giving me an opportunity to be part of this great ceremony, and congratulations to all, starting with the board, the communities around here, county government here, and all the leaders na wananchi wote. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Tumpongeze rais kwa hotuba yake. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali mpaka afike mahali pake. Tutamalizia kwa wimbo wa taifa, na nitaomba kwa unyenyekevu tafadhali, tukimaliza na wimbo wa taifa, wengi wetu tutatoka upande wa kulia, wengine wa kushoto, lakini nitawaelekeza. Kwa sasa wimbo wa taifa. I'll kindly request that we maintain our positions as we ask Your Excellency to exit this way, Your Excellency, to the right, and to be followed by the All Pejeta board members and management. All Pejeta board members and management kindly will